What is up, guys? I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell in this video, but I am extremely excited to have dry roads right now. It comes at a cost though. It is cold right now, and I don't know if this is gonna be a smart idea, but I've got no other choice. But today we're gonna be talking about depression. I don't want to go too deep into it, but what I want to offer is some relatability, because it always helps to know that somebody else, you know, has been there, and there is light at the end, and you can't get through it. Look, there's snow on the mountains. It's cold. It's like 40 degrees right now. I'm freezing. Brr. Anyways, there's been a series of recent events in my life that has kind of brought this up to where I wanted to talk about it. My last video that I made on my channel, I haven't been able to record anything for a while. It's been pouring down rain and snowing. We had some snow down here on the valley floor for a while. But my Cooper broke down again. I have just put a brand new high pressure fuel pump, which if anybody drives Mini Coopers or any European cars, BMWs or whatever, those things are freaking expensive. Sorry for my language, but like $1,500 for the fuel pump, man. And then I go and I literally live maybe a mile and a half away from where I work, and it's not busy roads, so it takes me 5 minutes to drive from my house to work. And since I put the fuel pump in, all I have done each day is drive to work and back. And on my way home, I start to hear a plip, 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 while I'm driving. I check the oil levels, good. I check the coolant, good. So took it down to O'Reilly's here, and I plugged it in, and it said cylinder 3 misfire, and the code was like P0303 or something like that. It's like, okay, I've had this before. Okay, so I've dealt with this before. So I went and I bought some new spark plugs. At first I checked my spark plugs. They were ugly. You guys might have seen it in that video. They looked terrible. I'm actually gonna go a different way this time. I'm on my way to the gym, but I'm gonna take the long way there because I want to talk to you guys. And I forgot to go down. I always forget to downshift while I'm talking. Look, it's your fault. Anyways, I'm gonna try to keep this short. Took it to the, so I changed the plugs, same problem. And I was thinking, okay, plugs or coils. So I swapped the coils around, turned it on, plugged it in, same cylinder. So it wasn't the plugs or the coils. Took it to the shop. They said, I wish I had better news for you. They took it apart. There's a burnt valve. It's gonna need a cylinder head. You know, it's gonna have some machining work that needs to be done. Rebuild. They said the best estimate that we can give you is like $4,000. Goodness gracious, man. $4,000. I just put a brand new fuel pump in it. So last time I was saying if I can get it working, I'd like to do some modifications and stuff like that for some YouTube content. But I am forced into a situation right now where I have put so much money into keeping this Mini Cooper running. The parts are starting to get more expensive than the car is. The repair bills are almost more expensive than the car is. And when you're at a position like that, the only thing that you should do is just get rid of it. So I've got somebody who's going to be buying it from me in the condition it is right now. They say they have the tools and everything that they need at home to fix it, do the rebuild, so they're going to be able to save some money. I don't have that stuff, so I'd have to pay somebody to do it. So they're going to be able to make a little bit of money off of it. Helps them, and in the end, for the price that I'm selling it for, it's a better deal. This is why it's so stupid. It's a better deal for me to sell it as is for less, a lot less, than it is for me to repair it and then sell it as a working vehicle. It's just so stupid. That's how expensive those things are to fix. So, anyways, I'm gonna segue this into my talk about depression, because that's something I've been combating for quite a bit of time in my life. And I just, it's just things like that. For me, a lot of the times is when I get overwhelmed financially with life happening and stuff like that. I haven't really experienced like too much from like the loss of loved ones and stuff. There's all sorts of different forms that it can take. But the feeling is mutual, and the feeling is like, very simply, why am I doing this? And that kind of hit me pretty strong the last couple days. I haven't had the motivation to really record anything, and not only that, it was raining real bad. And here's the thing, being stuck inside the house because my only transportation is my motorcycle, and it's raining and snowing and stuff, and it's just kind of like it's a bummer, having to ask somebody for a ride to work so I can make it to work on time. And I don't like doing that, because I don't like being that person that needs to ask for help. I try really hard to take care of myself, to carry my own weight. And I know every once in a while it's okay to ask for help, but I just don't like it. You know what I mean? So, I want to talk to you guys, just in case any of you are are dealing with something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be financially. And honestly, finance shouldn't be a cause of depression, because it's something that we have the power to fix. You know what I mean? But regardless of that, it does create other issues, like, me and my loved one. Sometimes it creates tension. I'm not gonna be very specific about anything, because it's really like not my place to talk about it. But things like financial issues can cause issues between a couple and things like that. Not being able to live the way that you want to be able to, and things like that. And so it can compound into other things, arguments and stuff like that, and it gets overwhelming, and it sucks. It's the only way I could say it, is it just sucks. But anyways, I want to talk just real quick. I want to show you guys a couple tips that have helped me out multiple times, and I would say almost eliminated my issues with depression. Because this time around, like, if this would have happened to me a couple years ago, I would have been down in the dumpster for a while. But this time around, I feel like I've been able to kind of perk myself up, really within a couple days of it happening, and being overwhelmed with it. And I feel like it's because there's a strength that I've built. There's a couple things that I do when things like this happen, and it's kind of, I don't want to sound like weird or anything, but body language and your mindset are like the two absolute most important things. And I'll try my best to explain a little bit further. Most of the time when people are depressed about something, what is your body like? I'm gonna ask you that. What is your body like? Well, usually it's slouched, your head's down, looking down, your back is arched forward, and you're kind of closed up. Maybe you got your hands in your pockets, or or you're crossing your arms or something like that. And it's very closed up, and that creates a signal to the brain that things are not good, right? Your brain starts to produce whatever it produces you know, that tells your body, I'm sad, I'm depressed, you know, different chemicals and stuff like that. And it's like it's a process, it's a cycle that all works together to essentially make it true, right? If your body language and your mindset is saying I'm sad or I'm depressed, then you're actually creating it into your life, right? I don't know if that makes any sense, but what I have learned to do over many years, and I'm hoping that you guys can try this out if you're ever struggling with something, is to find ways to do like the opposite of what a depressed person would do, right? I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. It goes a lot deeper than this. Maybe another time I can talk more in depth into it. But if your body is closed up and crunched up while you're depressed, well, what would be the opposite of that? Open yourself up, put your chest out, you know, pick your head up, you know, and you know, just open your body up. And when you do that, if you can intentionally do that and hold that for a while, you'll be surprised. You'll actually start to feel like it's like, why am I sad again? You know, I don't understand. Wait a minute. What am I depressed about? It's not that bad, you know. And if you can maintain that, if you can intentionally maintain that for a good enough period of time, you'll start to build that cycle, you know, between your body language and your mindset and the chemicals and emotions that are produced out of it. You'll start to build a sense of, I'm doing all right, I'm happy, you know, things are all right. And it kind of like takes whatever anxiety and stuff that's attached to whatever situation is happening, and it really lightens it up. Now obviously it's not going to delete anything, you know, but the key with depression and anxiety and things like that is, you know, and I hate to say it this way, it's all in our minds, guys. It's in our heads, you know. So if you can do something to trick your brain temporarily just to feel like everything's okay, well, guess what? You'll start to feel like everything's okay. And you want to know the best, like I said, it's not going to delete anything, but the best part about this is that, you know, I'm going to ask you another question here. If you're in a negative mindset and you're depressed, how do you perform at work? How do you perform in the day when you're faced with a challenge, when you're faced with something that needs to get taken care of? Well, you don't perform well at all. You know, you're closed up, you're depressed, and it's like you half-assed life, you know? So if you could trick yourself in those moments to that you're not depressed, that you're happy, that everything's all right, well, that's going to affect your performance. And when your performance is better, you tend to solve the issues a lot easier, a lot quicker, in a sense, you know, fixing the actual cause of the problem too, you know. So you've got to trick yourself into feeling like, you know, things are actually all right. Look at the bigger picture, you know. We live to 80, we live to 100 or something like that, and it's like, look at the bigger picture. Is this actually going to affect my life? My car breaking down and not being able to afford to repair it and having to get rid of it. I love that car, and I'm gonna miss it because it was super fun and super awesome, but in the long term, is it really actually going to matter? No. And you want to know something cool? This is something that I believe 100%, and this is something that I wish you guys would believe, because, you know, mindset, you know, where the intention goes, the energy flows. Wherever your mindset is, you're bringing that into your life, you're creating the reality of that. Imagine this, and believe this really, that at the end of every struggle, no matter how big or small it is, at the end of every struggle is a stronger, happier, healthier version of you. Now, if you're in the race or whatever to be a better person, to be a stronger person, a healthier person, a happier person, if that's what you want in life, then why wouldn't you welcome challenges? They're opportunities to learn, opportunities to grow, to become that best version of yourself. That's what I'm trying to do here. And you want to know something on the spiritual side of it? You want to know what I believe the most spiritual thing that you can do, the most fulfilling thing that you can do emotionally? That is to inspire other people. So if you're going through some issue, if you've learned something from it, you should be excited to be a better person at the end of it. You will make it through. You will survive. You will make it. And there's going to be a better version of you at the end. And not only that, you can take your story, you can take your experience, and you can share it with somebody else that might need to hear that, you know? And that's going to be the ultimately fulfilling thing, is if you get that one message, that one comment or whatever from that person that says, hey, thank you, I needed to hear that, you know, that's ultimately the best. And I don't know about you, but I feel like that is like worth it. You know, worth any challenge. If at the end of the challenge you can be a better person, you can be happier and healthier and stronger, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, and you get the opportunity to share your experience with somebody else and help other people become better people too, it's worth it. I'm telling you guys, there is absolutely no issue big enough to end anything. You'll make it. And the bigger the struggle, the better the story, the better you'll become. And then the last thing I'm going to do, because I am coming to the gym today, is suggest one more thing. If you're having issues or troubles or whatever, just exercise. Exercise. Go take a walk. When you're walking, when you're exercising, it has this crazy weird effect that is called quieting the mind. You'll stop thinking about it so much, and you'll start to feel good because you're thinking about something else. You're moving, you know. Hey, if you need to cry while you walk. All right, I've done that before. It feels good. By the time you get home, everything's all right. That's all I've got for you guys. I need to go. I don't know how long this video is, but I'm at the gym and it's time for me to get going. So I hope this helped you guys. I am super excited to be on the motorcycle, but it does look like it's starting to rain out that way, and probably looking at the way the clouds are moving, maybe we're gonna get it here soon too. So I gotta hurry. I gotta beat the rain. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope this helped you guys. You know, be strong. You'll make it. And then when you do make it, you need to make a plan to help somebody with your experience. All right? It's exciting. It's not depressing. It's exciting. You got to be a stronger person. I love you guys. Bye.